And I interned at the Dallas Morning News. I realized that was boring as hell. I was going to a cubicle every day. I had this little badge I'm buzzing in. I'm like, nah. And then you start looking at the account because you done played in the league. I'm like, I don't need this.
Nick Saban's retirement. So a lot of people said they saw it coming. I've heard you talk about it a little bit. What's your take on why Saban retired?
It was bittersweet, man. I think I don't think we can run from the landscape of college football probably being a big reason. But he's 70.
Give me the first word that comes to mind. Right? Dan Orlovsky. What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Next Up podcast. I'm your host, Adam Breneman. We got a special episode for you today. This was shot live at Radio Row at the Super Bowl. So at the Super Bowl, there's this massive convention center where a bunch of shows and podcasts get invited to come record during the week and have on guests and players and coaches and media personalities. Well, this podcast, Next Up, because of all your support, was one of them. So we were at Radio Row for the entire week in Vegas at the Super Bowl. And one of the guests that came by is ESPN analyst Marcus Spears. He's become one of the faces of football on television in 2024. Has a massive online presence, was a great football player himself, and he has some great insight on the landscape of football, the NFL, the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, his career. Really good conversation. He also brought me a sandwich, so you guys are going to enjoy this interview. Before we get to Marcus Spears, please subscribe to this podcast, like, comment, share with a friend, follow us on social media, all those things. Just give so much support to me, to this show, allow me to travel around the country and have some of the best guests in the country on the show. So truly appreciate everyone's support. It's allowed us to get to this point today. So without further ado, let's go talk to Marcus Spears. Next up. All right, big news. We dropped our merch at Mercury, the college sports company. We have college football tees, college basketball tees, the perfect gift for anyone in your life and perfect for you. I wear them all the time, whether it's on podcasts, whether it's working out. I love the college football tee. So click on the link in the description or go to shop.teammercury.io. That's shop.teammercury.io and use my code AdamB15 for 15% off your purchase. Code AdamB for 15% off your purchase. And guys, you buying our merch supports me, supports our company. It allows me to go around and have the best guests on our podcast. So get some of the best merch you can get in college sports, college football, college basketball. We have tees for our podcast. We have hats. We have sweatshirts, everything you could possibly want. Shop.teammercury.io. Code AdamB for 15% off your purchase.
I'm bringing gifts, man.
I heard.
Chicken sandwich.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. That's what we do. You're going to have a lot of famous people come sit here and they ain't gonna bring you a damn thing.
You're the only one that showed up
I'm gonna
with
be
some
nice,
food.
Man. Bring my Louisiana hospitality.
I love it, man. Well, tell me about it.
Let me pull it out the bag, man, because we got a nice little flag on there.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
They designed that thing up a little bit.
So I'm partnered with a company, Louisiana Fish Fry, for anybody not familiar. I grew up with this. I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah.
I grew up with this, one my family used, but when I partnered, I was like, you know what? Let's add a chicken fry to it. Look at that sound.
Yeah. I mean, am I allowed to dig in right now?
Yeah, go ahead. So this is my this is the way I create my chicken sandwich. The version of. Look at this, bro. Go ahead. Go to heaven. Go to heaven right quick. Get this man a napkin.
Dude's got napkins.
I'm telling you. And we got a fire chef back there that's like killing it. But so a little of the origin story, man. This partnership kind of happened super organically. I grew up in Louisiana. We used the fish fry. My family, my grandmother grew up doing it. I learned how to do it. And when we partnered, I wanted to get into the chicken game because I thought the spices of Louisiana, it just marries. Chicken sandwiches are my favorite sandwich.
Yeah. Me too. You can't tell.
Yeah. So what you just ate is like my creation. Egg over medium sauce.
Got it.
Cheddar cheese. Molded to the patty.
Where can people get it?
So LouisianaFishFry.com.
Got it. Okay.
And we all over Instagram. We all over social media.
Yeah.
If you go to my page, you'll see a bunch of information. And man, I'm telling you. Listen, I don't promote anything special. I don't use.
The egg on there too is I mean, what kind of sauce is on there?
So it's a combination of some Louisiana seasoning, mayo, and ketchup. Yeah. But you got to mix it. Okay. So I don't know. That's the key. Familiar with So Yummy?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Literally, they create the sandwich on there. Like I wanted to let people see how you make it.
Yeah.
It's on there. It says like 1.5 million views right now. Damn.
It's impressive
The
stuff.
sandwich is taking
That's
over.
good. That's good. That's good stuff. I still got stuff in my face. Am I good?
No, you good. You good.
But no, that's awesome. I appreciate bringing the sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk ball a little bit. I want to ask you about Nick Saban's retirement.
Yeah.
Because so a lot of people said they saw it coming. I've heard you talk about it a little bit. What's your take on why Saban retired?
It was bittersweet, man. I think I don't think we can run from the landscape of college football probably being a big reason.
Yeah.
But he's 70.
So with a lot of money.
72, a lot of money, a lot of other things going on. Obviously, he's now a part of ESPN and the team going to be on College Game Day making appearances during the draft. So I just think it was time. But the landscape definitely had something to do with it. Obviously, I know him personally, and I think a lot of it was just seeing how this thing is changing.
Yeah.
And Coach has always been about being able to keep the main thing.
Yeah.
And that's the athlete, that's the school piece.
Yeah.
That's also having control and authority over how things are happening around his program. When I was at LSU. And it's not that he doesn't want you to monetize it. It's not that he doesn't want you to have a personality or individuality. It's just when you have 17-year-olds that's impressionable, keeping you away from vultures.
Yeah.
And that was what college was for me. Like, once you hit All-American status and you start playing, people start coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
And hopefully that infrastructure at your university is in place to protect you from that.
Yeah.
It ain't no protection no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, free market, free education. Free access. And we asking 17-year-olds to decipher between good people
and bad people
and and bad people and good deals and bad deals.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a way to. I'm for them being monetized.
Yeah.
Let me put that out there. They should be monetized. And when you see what these universities are making, they should be monetized. But also, needs to be some structure.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to correct.
Yeah.
I'm not in a panic.
Yeah.
Like everybody. It's, NFL had free agency come about. They had to figure out how this going to work. I think it'll get figured out.
The reality is college football has never been in a better place from viewership, excitement, stadiums selling out. It's just, these are all issues that they're really not massive issues at the end of the day because the sport's in a good spot, but they got to figure it out, like you just said. I want to ask about your broadcasting career because I'm obviously in media myself. I remember the first time I called a game on TV, producers in your ear. What was your first journey like when you went from NFL to TV?
You guys know I love football. And this football season, I've been trying to find a new way to bet on sports. I'm sick of using casinos, the traditional way to do it. And I found the best way to do it, had to tell you guys about it. It's on Cut. Cut is the game-changing social betting platform. Look no further. This is where you got to be. It's a peer-to-peer betting playground. On Cut, you can bet against your friends, bet against fellow fans on sports, politics, pop culture, and much more. It's much better than just regular sports books. Cut handles payments, so no more chasing friends for money, no more talking to a bookie, hassle-free betting at its finest. And the best part, no more faceless casinos. It's personal and it's exciting. You can customize odds for what you want to bet on. Tailor your bets with fully customizable odds. It's your game in your rules on Cut. Also, we get lower VIG on Cut. Much lower VIG for a better betting experience for everybody, more winnings and less hassle. One of my favorite parts of Cut is the social features. You can dive into group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, and user profiles. It's like having a group of friends on a betting platform and betting against them if you want. Your betting experience just got a major upgrade when you use Cut. And I didn't even mention yet the rewards that you get on the Cut app. You get cash back every time you bet against your friends. The more you bet, the more you earn. It is a win-win for everyone. Cut is legal in 40+ states, which I love because I'm traveling so much. It's hard to find sports books that are legal in most states. 40+ states for Cut, including those without traditional sports books. So put your money where your mouth is. It's time to fire on sports on the best new app. I've been looking for a long time, and I found it. It's on Cut. Use my promo code ADAMB and get a 10% deposit match at cut.com. That's cut.com, Kutt.com. Use my code ADAMB for a 10% deposit match when you deposit money. Again, cut.com, Kutt. Get a 10% deposit match when you use my code ADAMB. And guys, supporting our sponsors helps us so much, helps me personally be able to travel around the country and bring on amazing guests. So go support Cut today.
What was your first journey like when you went from NFL to TV? And did you have like a moment where you were like, man, this is a little bit different than what I thought it was going to be?
So I interned, I played in Dallas. Yeah. So I was very familiar with the media.
Cameras all the time.
Yeah. And I interned at the Dallas Morning News when I got done playing just to see, because print journalism was always interesting to me. Yeah. But I used to always get frustrated when sports writers write the wrong thing from football, right? Like this guy, it was this guy's fault. And I'm like, is anybody in those buildings telling them, like, what's the difference between single high safety and cover two, and why Why are we blaming a cornerback and we go into the film session on Monday and we know it was the safety fault or a linebacker didn't drop in the flat or something like that? So beyond all of the minutia, and I realized that was boring as hell.
Yeah.
I was going to a cubicle every day. I had this little badge I'm buzzing in. I'm like, nah. And then you start looking at the account because you done played in the league. I'm like, I don't need this. And I always wanted to I knew I wanted to do something, bro. I was 30 when I retired.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to do something not only to occupy my time, but something that I can get into and really go after it like I went after trying to be a pro football player. Yeah. And that became TV for me. Yeah. And I started at SEC Network. My first show ever was a live show in the elements at South Carolina. And I leaned back into what I know, and I know me.
Yeah.
And I just start, I know football, I know me, I know how to make people laugh, and understand and engage in the tones of conversation.
Yeah.
And that's the magic in this is authenticity.
No doubt.
Like,
be yourself.
You be yourself, and people not gonna like you, people gonna like you, but if you can get people to definitively define, I don't like you, guess what the people that don't like you do? They watch you to not like you more. And the people that like you, they watch you because they like you.
As long as they're talking about you, right?
Yeah, man, and that's not trying to create moments. Yeah. Like, I'm not a viral guy. I don't care about that, right? It's a big deal.
Yeah. And
people that do it, they want to monetize it and make money. I don't look for those moments. Yeah. Organically, if it's viral, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. What's LSU got to do to make the playoff in 2024? What are you seeing from the Tigers?
Well, they've recruited well.
Yeah.
We've had a good recruiting season.
They turned over the staff a little bit too, huh? They got some new coaches in there.
They brought back Corey Raymond,
which
I think is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We were known as DBU, and he was leading it. Bo Davis, defensive line coach, I know very well, coached me in college. They bringing a lot of the roots back of LSU foundationally.
Yeah.
And I think the style of football that we're going to play is going to be physical at the line of scrimmage. And this is what I tell people about LSU. The biggest fall off. When last time we had a D lineman go in the first round?
Yeah, who was it?
Glenn Dorsey and Tyson Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
We grow defensive linemen. And, I talked to BK Brian Kelly, and I told him we got to change our philosophy and how we recruit. Yeah. I want basketball players.
Yeah.
Like, I want dudes that played basketball. I want dudes that played, that wrestled.
Yeah.
Like, all of the D linemen that I met were multi-sport athletes. The ones that were really good and played at a high level, they were not just defensive linemen. Yeah. They didn't have stiff hips.
Yeah.
They could drop in coverage. Yeah. Bro, Nick Saban used to drop me at 290 in coverage, because I played basketball.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get back to that a little bit.
I love it. I talk a lot on my show about overcoming adversity. Every athlete or successful person has some moment where they got to overcome something. Yeah. What's a moment in your life or career where you had some adversity, and how'd you overcome it? Yeah,
first of all, I love the question because one of my favorite people on earth is Inky Johnson.
Yeah, man.
And Inky, I think, brings it in context. Is adversity is what do you do when the plan deviates and that opposition is bigger than what you thought it would ever be.
Yeah.
I think for me, man, I suffered my first real injury getting ready for the combine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I tore my meniscus training to get ready to go to the combine.
Bad timing.
And it was just horrible timing. But man, I had a praying mama, a praying grandmother. I had the people that were in my support system never let me think that, bro, this is gonna derail you to the point where you're not gonna be able to realize your dream. But when you hit that adversity, and that knee don't work the same, and the doctor tells you that it's degenerative, so over time it's going to get worse than get better, and these are the things you got to do in order to play at a very high level and have a sustained career. And that hitting that point and realizing that making a 9-year career out of a bad knee was pretty damn good.
Impressive.
Right? And I think for me that was it. I've had personal life adversity, not happen to me specifically, but to my sister.
Yeah.
And getting through that and seeing her come out on the other side as well was, I've been taught a lot of lessons through hardship.
No doubt.
That's
where you learn, right?
If you keep going, usually it's going to work out.
No doubt. Few rapid fire to end here. Most famous contact in your phone?
Oh. The problem is I got a few.
I was going to say, but normally it's an easier question to answer.
Probably Charles. Probably Chuck.
Okay.
Chuck is like my OG. That's my mentor. Charles Barkley.
What are you looking forward to most in 2024?
seeing my kids continue to thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Living. Probably Obama.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good dude to have a beer with.
Obama.
Best advice you've ever received?
Keep going. Christine Spears, grandmother.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Over under 6 months for Kelsey and T Swift to get engaged.
Under.
I'm on the under too.
Under. If he's smart, he gonna do it after they play this game. If you win the Super Bowl
on the field
and you propose to Taylor Swift, it immediately becomes the greatest moment in sports history.
That's so true.
Outside of Lou Gehrig, that becomes the greatest moment in sports history.
So true. He's got to do it. And last thing.
First of all, let's pause for a second. Could you imagine just having the possibility to propose to Taylor Swift?
Travis is living the life now.
Bro, Travis
he's living the life.
Travis is on one right now. He is on one at elite level on one, dude.
Imagine the confidence he has. In
the black community, this would be the equivalent of Beyonce being your wife and you about to win, being your girlfriend, you about to win a Super Bowl and you propose to her. This is the equivalent, bro.
Let's. I'm gonna list some people. Give me the first word that comes to mind. All right? Dan Orlovsky.
Food. Not positive.
Nick Saban.
GOAT.
Dak Prescott.
Really good.
Ryan Clark.
Best dress. That's two, but.
Scott Van Pelt.
Legend.
Bill Parcells.
Mentor.
That's all I got for you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Awesome.
This was fun, man.
Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah. You got it. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.